Hey, you guys. Hey, Jessica. It is so good. This recipe is so good. So tonight we're going to be making just like Wendy's chili. It's in my cookbook. This is the old version. It's totally beat up, and I know I need to switch to the new version, but I can't let go of the old version. So anyway, if you want the new version for only $18, the link is down in the description box. So click on it, pay, and I ship it right to you. But this particular recipe is amazing. It serves 10 people. It tastes just like Wendy's chili. It's really, really good. So we're going to get started on that now. Just a little forewarning. Every time I move my camera, the camera might shake a little. I just noticed in setting up this that the base of this stand I have you guys on needs to be replaced. So bear with me. I'm going to have a new one. Hey, Nikki. I'm going to have a new one ordered. I'll order one tonight. So hopefully they'll be here before our next live together. So I apologize if the camera's a little bit more loose than what it usually is. I have a ton of garden produce right now, so that's what I'm going to be using today, but you could totally just get ingredients from the store because I have huge tomatoes that came in today. And they're so pretty. And then a big old jalapeno. And I'm going to throw in a yellow tomato just for fun. Green pepper from the garden. I have a bunch of cherry tomatoes, and I have my onions for my onion harvest from the garden. So a big, big garden meal. The other thing that's going to be playing into this soup is the use of Azure Standard's tomato powder. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to use this to make tomato sauce and tomato juice for this recipe. So stick around. Let's get dinner done. Chili has always been like one of our more fond meals. We like to top ours. Hey, Sharon. We like to top ours with like cheese and sour cream and all of the good things. So let's see if I can get away with a small cutting board. I'm going to move you. So again, sorry if it's a little bit more jolting than what it normally is. I think there was an accident with Mommy's stand and no one wants to talk about it. Oh, there's my dirty house. Look at that. There it is, still here. Although I will say, I was extremely blessed today by somebody local who came to my home and met me in my mess because we hauled in over 500 pounds of fruit this weekend and also attended a family conference. And so none of my dishes got done. My house was a mess. And let me tell you, this person, thank you. I know you watch my channel. You changed my entire day around because you were willing to come into my mess that was totally chaotic and just help me for where I was at. And so literally this person stayed for an hour and a half. And all of my dishes were done. We had canned up a bunch of pear sauce and had a whole roaster going with fresh pears. It was just amazing. So you know who you are. I'm not going to name you, but thank you so much for coming and helping me today and not making me feel ashamed about how messy my house was. But there still is a little bit of mess left. But I got it. Don't come back today. It's okay. I can get that under control. It's just a little one load of laundry or something like that. So I'm using my mega pot, is what I call it. This is like 3.5 gallon pot. It's huge. I don't know that that's really needed, but it's what's clean. So that's what we're going to use. So the first ingredient to go into this huge pot. I mean, I guess I could switch to the smaller one. I'm just afraid it's not going to hold it all. Maybe I'll switch to the smaller one. And you know what? If it grows out of the pot, we'll just go to the big one, right? This one just seems so much like overkill. This pot only holds 2 gallons. So we'll give that a try. I bought the huge 3-gallon one because I make all of my own cheeses and stuff. And so I like to do at least 3 gallons of milk when I make that. So that's why I have a huge one. Okay, so we got to get some beef going in here. And we need to get some other things sauteing. So let me grab the beef from the sink. And we'll get started. It was a great day. I enjoyed having help. I don't have that very often, and so that was a huge relief. I am down one teenager girl to help because she is working with her dad today, and so he needed her help more than me, I think. And so she went to go help him, and I was down a kid. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this over medium-high heat, and we're going to get the 2 pounds of hamburger brown down up. And like I said in the beginning, this recipe is in my cookbook, and the link is down below if you're interested. just like Wendy's chili. I do also have a neighbor stopping in at some point in time in the next 20 minutes or so probably for some zucchini. So there may be a dog barking and someone stopping in really quick to swap out. We're bartering zucchini for butternut squash. So 2 pounds of ground beef right there. All right. So to the pot, we're going to go ahead and add an onion, which I just showed you guys. It's so pretty. I had such a good onion year. And I just learned that my soil was just too compact and I needed to like mound it where I wanted the onions to grow. And it made them huge, which is so cool. We also side dressed with a bunch of essentially fertilizer, but stuff out of the goat pen, hay and stuff, midsummer. And that really helped, I think. Helped to retain the moisture and you know, just keeping the onions fed so they can grow nice and big. Which makes me so happy because for you guys that have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I buy onions from Azure Standard usually. So I had a nice harvest. I mean, that's like an Azure Standard onion right there. I mean, it was just so good. So I'm proud of myself on so many levels this year. I got to can up pickles. I got to have very large onions. Amazing tomatoes, which I usually have. Amazing peppers, which usually I don't have. But I think that was more of a water issue. So 1 whole big onion and 2 pounds of ground beef is what we have. Hey, Brie, I think he's here. Can you take that zucchini out? Thank you. The neighbor's husband is stopping in for the zucchini. I have a lot of zucchini, and I just don't want to keep anymore. It's coming out of my ears. All right, so that is 1 yellow onion and 2 pounds of ground beef. So we're going to have that coming up to a simmer. We're going to give it a good stir and a good cook there. Is that right? I think I was right. Let me show you guys what I was up to today while we're waiting for that to come up to heat. So over here. See all that? And then there's some on there's about 10 quarts on the table as well. You guys are sideways, sorry. So this is pear sauce. So I make it the same exact way that I make applesauce. We haul in between 600 and 800 pounds of fruit this time of year out of an orchard that I take care of. And if you have access to a lot of fruit, I do have a video up here. It's called Preserving 500 Pounds of Fruit. Ooh, there's the barter. What was it? Ooh, nice. I do have a video up here. It's called Preserving probably 500 pounds of fruit. And it goes through how to sort the fruit. What fruit can I use for long-term storage? How do I personally can the fruit so I can put the most up for my family? And how to store apples like year-round. So anyway, if you're interested in those topics, that's in the Preserving 500 Pounds of Fruit video. Just check it out. But then I also have roasters going here. So I have one roaster there, that red one. That one makes about 12 quarts when you cook it down. And it is really cooking. So that one will be done probably after our time together here. And I'll blend it and then get it all jarred on up. And then I have a second roaster, which you can just see just a little bit of right there. It's a white roaster. And that one's smaller, but an old roaster. And let me tell you, I love the old roasters so much more than the new roasters. The new roasters, the pan on them, like the inside part, is super, super thin. And so your foods are a lot more likely to burn. And they're really hard to clean when that happens. Whereas those really old roasters are awesome. They have a thicker metal to them and don't burn as easily. Which I didn't know until I owned both of them at the same time. How you do? Hey, what's going on? You're gonna go out and do
eggs.
Eggs, okay. Is that Mama still in the nest?
I have to check it.
Okay.
I have to check it.
Yeah.
I want to.
I know. Okay. Sounds good. All right, we're gonna kind of break this up. If you're just jumping on, we're just starting the chili. It's 2 pounds of ground beef and 1 yellow onion in here so far. I'm going to add just a little bit of lard to my pan because, you know, grass-fed beef is kind of lean. And a lot of times it has a tendency to burn to the bottom. I'm just going to add just a little bit of a drizzle to the bottom. Tomorrow, the kids and I go to someone's house to go pick aronia berries, so I'm super excited about that. We typically just freeze them and I put them in smoothies, like throughout the winter because it's like a super good, like immune booster, which is fun. I'm trying to think of what else is new. Our cow got out this weekend while we were gone. That was also fun. Basically, the solar charger hadn't received enough sunlight, and so it wasn't putting out enough zing on the electric fence, and so she just kind of walked through it while we were gone, which wasn't the best case scenario. But, you know, what they say, it is what it is, right? Alright, so while this is cooking, I think we're going to go ahead and make up at least our tomato sauce here really quick. I'm going to show you how easy this is and why I love Azure Standard's tomato powder. It's so easy, you guys. So, I'm going to go grab a quart jar, because I don't think I have one up here. Oh, maybe I have one in the dishwasher here. Okay, so I'm just going to use a quart size jar because it's in a wide mouth one because it's easier for me. So we're going to make the tomato sauce first, which is supposed to be a 15-ounce can, according to my recipe, so that's about 2 cups. So, and we've done this before, the tomato sauce. I'm going to go put 1.5 cups of water in here. How's it going, Brie? Good. Oh, good. Alright. Okay, sorry, the water filter was a bit empty. 1.5 cups of water. And then I need 1/2 cup of the, this is the third. 1/2 cup of the tomato, or sorry, 1 cup of the tomato powder. So it's a 1 to 3-ish, 1 to 4-ish ratio. I need to make ketchup. If you guys watched that video, I still have the jars sitting here. I haven't made them. It's to remind me that I need to make ketchup. It's just been a bit crazy. We've had the fruit pretty much 24/7, and like I said, the conference, and you know, cheese and butter and all of the things that already were happening. So it's just been a bit nuts for a while. So I've said this before in other videos with this tomato powder, but you need to give this a little bit of time to have the powder reconstitute in the water, to rehydrate. You can easily add too much of this powder. It is not a flour. It is not going to instantly absorb. And we're going to use about 1/2 of this because I only need 14 ounces, but I know I will use it. So I tend to just aim for doing an entire quart when I make this stuff, because then it can sit in the fridge for a week, and then the next week I will probably make this meal again, or one that requires tomato sauce, and it'll be waiting for me. Or you could do the easy thing and just go buy tomato sauce. But I used to buy cans of tomato sauce from Walmart even. I mean, sometimes Azure, depends. And the problem with cans is they take up so much space, whereas if you buy Azure Standard tomato powder, it's just one bag that makes all sorts of things. Okay, so this is done. And it turns out nice and thick. So it's good to go. Alright, the next thing is going to be the tomato juice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pitcher underneath the water, stick it over here, and let it start filling. It's going to be a little bit. So we're going to do just shy, let's see, that would be about 6 cups of water. And approximately, it's going to even be less than that. It's going to actually be, let's see, it's going to be 1 cup of tomato powder, I think. So we're going to start with 6 cups and see how far it goes. I'm going to give this stuff a little bit of a stir. I've actually never made tomato juice with it before, but I know it'll end up just fine. Just need to dilute it a little bit more. Yeah, honey, what's up? Ooh, eggs. Good. Is the mama hen still on the nest?
I need to go check it now. I used to check it when Naomi's over next to the house.
Okay.
And then I actually...
Because they have babies in them, so if she ever, like, deserts it, we need to make sure we bring them in and get them in the incubator.
Yeah.
It's fall on the farm, and fall on the farm means that the chickens are trying to hatch out their own young, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, I mean, the problem is I bought a bunch of new egg-laying chicks this spring, and so I don't really need them. But I just can't do it. I can't crush an egg with a chick in it. It's just not who I am. So they are going to hatch, and then I'll have to find them a home or something. Jeez. Get off of there. This is almost done. All right. And we got some water, so I'm going to go grab it, and we're going to see what we can make with that. Okay, so we've got about 7 cups of water, so I'm going to add the tomato powder to this, because we are after 8 cups of tomato juice. So I did 2 scoops of half cups, so that's 1 cup. And then I'm just going to give it a good stir. I'm going to use a whisk this time because there's just more volume. I calculated it out, and if I buy 2 5-pound bags of the Azure Standard organic tomato powder for $64.35 a piece, that's enough to make all of our ketchup, all of our tomato sauce, pizza sauce, all of the sauces for a whole year for our family of 8. So for $120, $30 or so, I can have just 2 bags of that tomato powder sitting in the pantry. And just make it as I go. It doesn't take up as much room as hundreds and hundreds of quart jars of tomato sauce. And it's ready when I'm ready. Alright, so there's the juice. That's how easy that was. Isn't that crazy? It's great. So much easier than trying to grow a whole bunch of tomatoes and cooking them down or juicing them or whatever. And I used to do that. Nothing against you if you still do. But I just found that and I was like, you know what? I'm in a time in my life where we can afford that. And so, it's kind of like paying for your tomato products up front, but it's half the cost of the Walmart non-organic tomato products. So, per like tomato sauce or tomato paste. So I couldn't say no. It was just a good deal. And it takes up way less room. Okay, so onward with this. This is going to continue to saute, and we're going to add some more ingredients to it. So, I'm going to go grab my bag of celery. Just 1 second. So we did a big harvest on the garden celery. And I froze a bunch, but in the winter I also buy like a big box from Azure and I just chop it and freeze it. And then I just pull it out when I need it. So we need 4 stalks of celery. So I'm just going to eyeball this. Oh, it smells so good. And I use mainly the tops for like celery salt, which is so easy to make if you're growing your own celery. I do have a video up here about that as well, all for free. So if you're looking on how to make that for your family, it's super easy. Okay, so now on to the next thing, which is a green pepper. I'm going to rinse this one off because I literally went out to the garden and picked it right before our class. You could use a red pepper if you want to, but this is just trying to get this chili to taste just like Wendy's. And they use green peppers. Oh, the smell of fresh green pepper. I wish this camera was like smell a camera, you know, smell-o-vision. So good. So 1 green pepper. We're just dicing it. Usually I would use my dicer for this, but my dicer is in the dishwasher, I think, or in the sink. One of the two. So we're doing it old style by hand dicing. It all of a sudden warmed up here. I made up a meal plan for this month, thinking, oh, fall is here. And then I was quick to notice that it is not here. It was here to visit. And now we are back to our regular 81, 85. I think it's going to be almost 90 on Friday. So it's going to be a little warm this week, which is fine. We don't usually eat soups when it's hot. But chili is kind of an exception because you can always let it cool down a little bit and add your toppings. So, all right. Next ingredient is a jalapeno, which I have right here. Typically, I plant jalapenos and I freeze them inside my freezer because then I can touch them without a problem. But obviously, this one's not frozen. So, I think I'm going to get a baggie. Which is what I usually do. As I use a little baggie, I stick my hand in the baggie and chop the rest, so that I don't get the oils on my hands. And then it can just go right on in. And this is a rather large jalapeno, so I don't know if I'm going to do the whole thing. I have concerns for the youngin' in my family, so I think I'll do about half. And I'll add it to the pot here in just a second. Okay. And it goes, and then this can just be frozen for me to use next time. Okay, next ingredient is 2 garlic cloves, which I completely overlooked. So let me grab my garlic from here. I'm finally having that feeling of like having a homestead and growing my food and being like, oh, that was from my garden. Oh, that was from my garden. And of course, this beautiful garlic was from my garden. I had such a good year. All right, I'm just going to chop it, and we're going to add 2 cloves. These are rather big cloves. I always say that when you're looking at my cookbook, you know, a clove is about the size of your thumbnail. So keep that in mind as you're shopping for it. And yes, you want to use fresh garlic because the already minced garlic from the store has preservatives in it. That's how it still smells and tastes like garlic after all the months it's been on the store shelves. Plus, raw garlic is so much cheaper than that minced stuff. All right, 2 cloves of garlic. Onward. We've got some seasonings we're going to put on in there. So we have chili powder, which is 3 tablespoons. And just in case you're new, I buy all of my seasonings from Azure Standard. It's just cheaper that way. And for reference, in case you have a large family and you go through lots of seasonings, or maybe you just want to store it in a quart-sized jar, about a pound of powder fits in a quart-sized jar. Okay, 3 tablespoons of chili powder. The next ingredient is cumin. 1 tablespoon. I have not filled up my little cute shakers for my spices in a while. So 1 tablespoon. There are so many different ways to take chili. If you wanted this to be smoky, you could add smoked paprika. But I'm just trying to get you guys to have a chili that tastes just like Wendy's, because a lot of people like Wendy's chili. Next ingredient is oregano. So it's 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, but I have fresh from my garden right now, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add in the leaves directly to the pot here. But if you don't have fresh oregano, that's okay. You're looking for 2 teaspoons of dried. I used to just stick the whole thing in, but then I got complaints about the stem being in, so now I pluck it all. But that's why I was like 2 minutes late to this live, is because I went out and I harvested the oregano. I thought, I need to use it while it's there. And everything out into the garden is starting to slow down. Definitely showing signs that fall is coming. So the oregano really isn't growing back as fast as it was in the summer when it was really warm. But there were still leaves out there for me to harvest, so that was good. Okay, and this is a weed, so we're not going to put that in. Apparently I harvested that too. Alright, then we just need 1 teaspoon of salt. So we want healthy salt, pink Himalayan salt, Celtic sea salt, real salt, all really good healthy salts. So this is a tablespoon, so I'm going to do about 1/3 of a tablespoon. And it goes. I try to use measuring utensils more than once because who wants to do extra dishes? Okay, so I'm just going to give this a stir. Oh, it smells so good. What you need, honey?
Mom, can I go into the garden to cherry tomatoes?
You can go. You know where I would really, really love for you to go pick cherry tomatoes?
Yeah.
The greenhouse. Because look at all these. Look at all of them. I got all those from the greenhouse. Look at how beautiful these are, you guys. We're going to put these into the...
Mom,
they're all like perfectly ripe. Every single one of them.
Mommy.
I filled like the front of my shirt with them and came back. It's just crazy.
Okay, Mom.
What's up? What's
did
up?
You get the big one out of them?
I did get the big one. Underneath? The one that was underneath?
Yeah, the one when you walk in.
Yep, right there at first plant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
That's good. Those are good.
Okay, so next on the list is 4 large slicing tomatoes. If you don't have access to fresh tomatoes from a garden, you could just get diced tomatoes. Get a big jar of that. What's up, Doc?
And, did you pick the whole plant?
I did not pick the whole plant. No.
Okay.
That's why I'm sending you in there. I didn't have time.
Yeah, Mom. And I like those because they don't taste like cherry tomatoes. They taste like
really?
regular. Yeah, they
taste like a regular tomato?
Yeah.
These ones?
Yeah, those too.
Oh.
I can bring them in. You can taste them.
I'll taste one right now.
They taste not like a cherry tomato.
Mm-hmm.
They taste like a regular.
Like a big fat red tomato, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, take an ice cream bucket or like that sour cream bucket over there and go and pick them.
Okay, what is that?
There's so many.
Wait, got the luckiest thing. Wait, turn around. Some more.
Yeah, you got that one. All right, so I'm just going to start adding these tomatoes. I have quite a few. So bear with me. The cherry tomatoes I'm just going to chop in half. I just have an abundance of cherry tomatoes. I had already planted some cherry tomatoes of my own, and then my neighbor down the road had extra plants that she had started in her greenhouse, and so I took them because I had space in my garden, so I ended up with like 13 cherry tomato plants, which is way too much for everybody on the planet. That's way too many, right? I'm going to have volunteer cherry tomato plants coming up next year in my garden, so I don't plan to start any because there's so many just like falling to the ground and rotting because we can't even keep up with it. Okay. So I'm just chopping these in half right where the little stem part connects. And we're basically going to be using it like a diced tomato. I did can up a bunch of diced tomatoes this weekend too. It's pretty much like a canning chaos is what has happened. But it's all good because it's all good food. Getting put on the shelves for winter. This one Naomi took a couple bites out of. That's what you see. She pre-tasted it. It looked so good. I've also decided that I'm going to put in some more beds inside the greenhouse this year, and I'm going to grow all of my tomatoes and all of my peppers indoors next year because they just grow so much better in there than they do outside. It's just always hot. The plants get bigger faster. It's just so good. So why grow tomatoes the difficult way, you know? And the peppers. I think I would actually get more peppers from each plant by putting it into the greenhouse than I do by growing it outside. All right, we're almost up to that 4 large tomato mark that the recipe calls for. Chop it as fast as I can without cutting my fingers. Because that would be an exciting live, y'all. Okay. We still have this big one. I didn't finish chopping it. I love these huge tomatoes because, like a burger, you know, with like a big old thing, a big thick slice of tomato on it. So good. And I started putting hummus on my burgers. Oh, is that ever a game changer? So good. Oops. That one made it to the floor, which was good because it had a little yucky spot on it. All right, we're almost done. This is the last few slices of the tomato. We'll be on to the next ingredient. Okay. There we go. Oh, we have the yellow one. I forgot. Let's put the fun yellow one in, shall we? I've been enjoying the yellow ones. Those also came from my neighbor. Usually I'm just boring and I just grow the red ones, but it's been super fun to like can up salsa with yellow chunks mixed in with the red and can up diced tomatoes with yellow chunks. Okay, we're done with the tomatoes now. We need to add some liquid to this because it's starting to get crispy. All right, let's go ahead and add our 8 cups of tomato juice. There it goes. I'm going to give it a good stir along the bottom so that anything that was sticking will come on off so I don't have so much of a burned mess when I'm done. There. Pot's nice and smooth now. Okay, so this is still over high, okay? So the next ingredient would be the tomato sauce. So that's half of this quart. There we go. Give that a good stir. And then I'm going to get the beans out of the Instant Pot, which is right behind the camera here. Oh, we need 4 tablespoons of butter. This is homemade butter, so it kind of broke when I cut it, so I'm just going to throw it in. What the butter does is it takes out the acidity of the tomato, like the taste of the acidity. I'm also going to go grab some honey. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of honey. That also helps to take out the acidity. Because when you eat out and you eat their chilies, they put sugar in those to take the bite out of the tomatoes. And so this is going to do the same thing. I'm just going to eyeball the 1 tablespoon. But just a little bit of sweetness. If you have maple syrup, that'll work. And a little bit of butter will take out that bite that the tomato stuff has. And it just makes it really good. There we go. So this is going to come to a boil because it's on high, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to vent this. Should I vent it here or should I carry it somewhere? It's going to be super loud, so I'm going to carry the Instant Pot somewhere else and push the vent button. And then I will be right back. Because it's going to be into the camera. Here, would you like some noises? Maybe. There you go. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. So I started the beans for this project before we went live because it's an Instant Pot deal. Oh, wow, wasn't really full of that much steam. Hopefully it cooked them. That's the one thing I don't like about the Instant Pot. You're like, is it going to cook them all the way? I don't know. Did it drop? Yep. All right. I'm going to grab a couple pot holders and I'm going to go get the beans and I'll set them right here, okay? Then we're going to talk about beans. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so what I have here is, I know my recipes, my cookbook says 1.5 cups of kidney beans that have been soaked and fermented 1.5 cups of pinto beans that have been soaked and fermented. But I went ahead and did 2 cups because, ooh, that's hot. We like a more thick chili. So I'm going to drain these, and then we're going to talk about why you want to soak or ferment your beans. And then we're going to add them to the chili. So let me go drain this mess. We'll be right back. Okay, it's drained for the most part. So let's talk about proper preparation of beans and why it matters. So I do have an entire video on how to do this. It's not hard. I have 6 kids. I still do it. So the reason why I soak and then ferment my beans, and if you can just soak, that's great. But fermenting helps to break down the lectins that are inside the beans, and that's what makes you have gas. Okay, so it makes them more digestible, easily assimilated by the body, we'll say. Also, the soaking with a little bit of acidic medium, except for the kidney beans, that one's different. But with all the other beans, helps to bind up the phytic acid and the enzyme inhibitors that are in the beans, because the beans are seeds. And so all seeds that are on this planet all have phytic acid in them. And so if you don't soak them, what happens is that phytic acid goes into your body. It binds to things like calcium in order to neutralize it. And so basically your food becomes an anti-nutrient. So that's why I soak and ferment my beans. Yes, it's a little bit more of a process, but I soak them and I ferment them and then I freeze them in mass quantities so I can just grab some out of the freezer and make this. So if you want to know how to do this, I have step-by-step videos over in the proper preparation of grains playlists. So go check that out. So we're going to go ahead and add this to the big pot. This is like pretty much a 30-minute meal, it's looking like. So in goes the beans. All right, so that's going to simmer, or we're just going to let it simmer away for probably a good 10 minutes maybe, just so that those fresh tomatoes cook. They're not raw anymore. And then this is done. Now, you could totally use crushed tomatoes or something else if you don't want huge tomato chunks, because I know, you know, the one from Wendy's doesn't have huge tomato chunks in it. But I'm going to let this simmer for a little while and probably eat in about 30 minutes, but just let it simmer to kind of try and break down some of these bigger chunks. And of course, these cherry tomatoes I chopped in half. And then this will be done. It's just delicious. It tastes just like Wendy's chili. It's really, really good. And if you wanted to, like, you know, have less spice, you could just skip the jalapeno. And I just did half of one just to make sure we didn't do too much spice. So that is dinner. And like I said, just like Wendy's chili, it's in my cookbook. It's down below. It's only $18. 232? 232 nutrient dense recipes inside my cookbook. Everything from chili to holiday recipes, a lot of sugar-free, like instead of using sugar, we use honey recipes, barbecue sauce recipes, all of the things, all in one cookbook. So if you're interested in that, the link is down in the description box. You just click on it, you use your form of payment, whatever credit card you want or PayPal, and I just mail it to you. So check it out, it's down below. The other thing I wanted to mention was many of you guys know that I got a strike on this account because of something I said while I was making apricot jam. So what has transpired with that whole situation is that basically YouTube has sent me to a re-education camp in a way. It's an online re-education camp to inform me of everything that goes against community standards. So quite a few of my videos appear on the channel as far as, I can't use a certain word, as far as restoring your body. We'll use that word because that one's not on the no-no list. Go against community policy. So restoring of, okay, against community policy. Certain diets that would restore anything is against community policy. Any of my alternative plant-based restoring, we'll say it that way, videos, how to make that for yourself, also against community policy. So I am feeling the urge to get some of my stuff off of YouTube. It's not that I don't want to share it with all of you. It's just that if they have a reason to look further into my account, they're going to see other videos, and all it takes is 3 strikes, and I would definitely have that on this channel already. And I don't want to lose my channel because I'd rather reach lots of people with nutrient-dense foods and how easy it is to make a from-scratch meal than have a couple of videos destroy my entire possibility to do that. So I am still formulating what it looks like when I pull those off. I am looking into making courses that people could have where I have in-depth things on restoring different things. And also, you know, plants to restore other things. I hope you guys are, that's so ridiculous, but there's like a list of words now that I'm not allowed to use, and I'm not allowed to talk about certain things. And so I'm just trying to be very, very careful. And so I don't know when I'm going to take those videos down. So if you need that information, I would urge you, like in the next couple of weeks, to try and watch those videos. I don't make any money on this channel at all. I'm not monetized. I'm just saying that I'm going to have to pull them. And so I just wanted you guys to know that because I have to fix what's there before it is investigated into and there's more strikes. So that's where things sit right now. I am not really prepared to jump to somewhere else like Rumble or those sorts of things. I have my own opinions on that sort of thing for right now anyway. So anyway, just hang tight with me. We're going to do a lot more cooking, preserving, canning, growing. All of those things are not against community standards right now. And so I'm going to continue those things. Selling cookbooks is not against community standards. So there's that. But I'm going to try to be as good as I can here on the YouTube channel, and then offer some other things on the side, I think is the direction I'm going to go. I also wanted to mention down in the description box, you guys, this doesn't cost you any extra money. I have discount codes down there. So if you guys are buying stuff from Perfect Supplements, it's 10% off every single order. Or ordering things from Dr. Michelle Jorgensen, you know, the alternative, you know what? There's discount codes. So please go check those out. It's to your advantage. I keep talking to people locally and they're like, oh, I forgot about your discount code. And they could have saved more money. So check it out. If you need to get a hold of me, everything is down in the description box as far as email goes. I know on my last day in the life that I did last week, there were a couple of people who were asking for recipes. If you email me, I'll send them to you. It is really, really hard to type out an entire recipe in the comment section. So just shoot me an email. I'm behind on comments. Sorry, Nikki, it just popped up. Will the frozen vegetables add too much water to the recipe? I'm always afraid of that, which is why I have my little food chopper like yours. And I still haven't frozen any of the veggies I chop up. So I personally have frozen onions, celery, carrots, what else? I've frozen a lot of things and never had a problem with it adding too much liquid unless you're like doing a super, super thick soup like a chowder or something. And then I would probably just add a little bit more of whatever thickener you used to make the chowder. But man, it is just so nice to have gallon-sized bags with frozen onions, frozen celery, frozen carrots, ready to go for winter, and then you just throw it in. The only thing you can't chop and just freeze is potatoes. You have to bake those halfway and then chop them up and freeze them. But everything else, I don't even blanch, you guys. I don't even mess with the blanching. I just chop it. I plan to use it the next couple of months. It's going to be fine. And we just throw it in and it works out every time. So I don't really worry about it adding too much water. Oh, that's sweet, Sharon. I know you would follow me wherever I go. Thank you so much. Jackie, hi, Crystal. I'm very late. I'll watch the replay. Hey, cool. I'm just glad you're here. We're just simmering away and we're talking about everything that's happening on YouTube and that sort of thing. The other question I've had people ask is like, why you? Like, why? We have all these other people on YouTube that are talking about the same things. That's a really good question. So I don't really know. Because I'm a volunteer for the Weston A. Price Foundation, my name is on their website. And I don't know if that has to do with something. There's like a certain people that they're targeting. I do not have a license to teach anything when it pertains to the restoration. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, buddy. Oh, look at those tomatoes. You just picked a bunch. Good job.
Yeah, and I can pick one.
Okay, that's all right. Thank you. Thank you for picking what you picked. Are you tired? Is that what happened?
No.
What happened?
The bumblebee in there.
Oh, there's a bumblebee inside my greenhouse?
Yeah, it's really huge.
Is it mean?
It's so huge. It's bigger than a normal one. It's bigger than the white one and it's cheap.
Do you think that the bumblebee's like a daddy bumblebee or something?
Yeah, she's a daddy bumblebee.
Okay. Well, it's okay if you don't want to be in there anymore. Maybe
Bethany's in there.
Bethany's in there? Is it going after Bethany?
It was flying towards me.
You? It liked you? It's because you're a sweet boy.
It was flying towards me and I thought it was going to bite me.
Okay. Sorry. That's okay. You don't have to pick it in there. It's fine. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying before that, but that was too darn cute to cut that off. What was Mommy saying as you were walking in? I don't even remember. Huh, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know why me. That's what I was talking about. I don't know why me. I don't know why. I know why apricots, and I can't really talk about that, so that's why I got in trouble to begin with. So, anyway, I'm not sure. And so just hang with me. We're going to keep cooking here, and I'm going to keep teaching you guys how to cook nutrient-dense meals for your family, because that's what I'm passionate about until they kick me completely off. So, but the other subjects will have to be limited, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to do it so that it's legal with all of the systems involved. You know what I mean? So, this is technically done. I'm going to show you guys how much those tomatoes cook down. Hang on one second here. Just get you down. I'm trying to work with the system as much as I can because, yeah, there's a lot of people on YouTube. All right, so there you go. So we got like soft tomatoes. They're already, the chunks are already cooked down. And this is nice in the consistency of the Wendy's chili. Such an easy meal. Like I said, I'm probably going to do like a low simmer on this for a little bit until we're ready to eat dinner. But dinner is done. Hey, honey. Oh, look at all yours. Should we show them?
Yep.
Look at all those she picked. Now, was the bumblebee after you?
No, it was not after any of us.
Oh, what?
Those two ones.
Oh, can I give her one of these?
Yeah. No,
Here,
she has more. She has some out there.
You have more. Oh, what happened to her? Is that blood or tomato juice?
I don't know.
Let me see you. What happened to you?
Oh, marker.
Oh, it's marker. Oh, good. Let's show everybody. I was having I'm on a panic attack out here. Look at all this. Comes into the kitchen. Looking like that.
Nice.
Okay, hang on. She said she gave you some. Are you sure she didn't eat them all? These need to be washed anyway.
They ate all of them.
Okay, thank you for picking.
Actually, I'm going to go out into the garden and use them.
Oh, you want me to dump them?
Yeah, because I need to go pick the regular cherry tomatoes. But yummy.
There we go.
Because
We'll dump them. This might be a really bad idea. Ooh, we're going to work. There you go. Thanks for picking. Off you go.
I'm going to go off and pick some tomatoes.
Okay, have fun.
Cherry.
All right, you guys, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go wash marker off of Naomi and get her some more tomatoes. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys take care. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below and I'll get right back to you. What's wrong, Lottie? Come here.